Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm Cryptic Response, and today we're going to be building our workshop. A little bit of protection from the zombies, a little bit of space to do a lot of stuff in, so that way I don't have to be constantly sleeping during the night. I still have that habit because nobody likes the dark. Well, at least in Minecraft, anyway. Zombies tend to ruin it for me. So, let's see. I am planning on building quite a few buildings out in this area. One of the reasons this building is actually a smaller one is because it's my first building out here. If I really want to make it bigger, I can knock it down and rebuild. So for a first building, it's gonna be, I guess, decent sized. I wouldn't call it extremely large or anything like that. All that we're going to be housing here is pretty much our smeltery and a few machines that we can start doing manual stuff with. Once I start getting into the higher tech trees on all of these mods, I will build some, I don't know, production facilities. There we go. That's what we'll call them, production facilities. Once we rape the land, we evilly rape the land for all of its resources. Yes. Well, I figured I would build. I came across a Project Red volcano a little while back, so I decided to go after some of this basalt. Now, you get basalt cobblestone from mining the basalt stone that you're seeing me lay down, which is what I made most of the support looking frames with. And then you have to smelt it again, just like normal cobblestone, into basalt stone again. After that, you can combine it just like normal bricks to make basalt bricks. And one of the issues that I had was I made way too many basalt bricks that I didn't need. I figure I'll be using them again somewhere else, but for right now, I really didn't need them, so I kind of screwed up, and I'm gonna end up having to go get some more basalt cobblestone before I actually finish this build. So I decided to go with my white marble flooring because I love it. Not only that, white marble flooring kind of brightens up a room even if you've got it solid black. So you get a little bit of brightness inside when you use the marble, at least from what I've noticed. I guess it's something to do with the lighting with Minecraft. It's just the white floor makes the rooms a lot brighter, easier to see and whatnot. So figured I'd go with some of that. Now that is also, at least this marble is an add-in from Project Red also. I think Biomes of Plenty has something similar, which is quarried stone. You'll find white round circles of it. And as far as the what is it, basalt goes, it has a equivalent of, I think it's abyssal stone. At least it was. I don't know. This is one of the newer versions of Biomes of Plenty, so we will eventually find out. But for right now, I don't know. Let's see. I don't know. I am thinking of having a separate building. I don't think for every mod, but for at least see, I'm not gonna be messing around with Buildcraft too much. The only thing I really want out of Buildcraft is probably gonna be the quarries, which I have been doing some research, and I think there actually is a way around the quarries. Because what is it? I don't know if you guys actually have ever tried to run some of these newer huge tech mods on on your crappier old computers, but I know whenever I use chicken chunks chunk loading system and I have a buildcraft quarry in the way, it kind of screws with stuff and I get lag like crazy. Right after the first quarry I place, I end up getting crazy amounts of lag. So I am trying to avoid that, and I believe I may have found a way. I don't know how good it's going to be, but it does have a lot of added benefits. So we shall see. Okay, so now what I'm making is a saw. Now this one is specifically is from Project Red because it's gemstone one, but you can make them out of diamonds, iron, and other metals, I think. Diamonds and iron are from Forge Multipart. I believe the ruby, peridot, and sapphire are strictly from red or from Project Red. They work just as good as diamond, they just wear a little faster. And I am gonna be using some of the micro blocks out of Multipart to make my roof. I'm gonna make it out of stone bricks that I cooked up and processed earlier, and then I'm gonna alternate with spruce wood because it's dark, and I think dark goes together with black. So yeah, I know it makes a lot of sense, doesn't it? And I am making far too little of these things right now. You just go through these like crazy when you're using nothing but them. It's a lot easier for me to place these down because I don't have to change angles. For the most part, I can keep at one angle and get a lot of them laid out. Whereas if I was using the pillars, I'd have to be switching angles every so often to put one down and then put a notch and then put a pillar and a notch and a pillar, and it just gets aggravating. So I decided to go with the notches. Um, I don't really like putting a flat roof on a circular building. I know I could have made it look like a castle or something, but I really wasn't looking for a castle look. I don't know. Everybody does that, and I'm okay with them. I'm just not entirely fond of them. I don't know. I try to do a little different stuff when I build things. I try to expand my horizons. There we go. Yeah, that's a good one. But I just don't really like too much of the standard building. That's one of the reasons why I went with a circular building. I know it's still like a tower-ish shape, but and not only that, it is kind of harder to fit stuff inside and hide wires and things like that. So, but I'm up for the challenge. As far as how much space I wanted in the building, I wanted enough to have some like 7 or 8 machines on one wall, maybe 2 walls. I've got enough walls and enough area to actually place them. That's one of the reasons why I like the idea of putting my windows one block higher than the rest of than the bottom of the building because they're going to be covered up by machines anyway. Why put glass there? Um, I don't know. And I am thinking about putting some bridges across the river a little bit. There's really no need to, but it'll look kind of nice. Maybe across that canyon too. Let's see. So, in some of my other builds, I am going to be trying to use some more exotic stuff. I understand if you've been playing Minecraft for a while, basalt and marble really aren't too much because if you've been playing modded Minecraft, you had red power too. There's just no way around it. One of the reasons why I got Project Red is because it's hard to live without red power. So I do get some of the functionality. I do know that Buildcraft does has kind of the guys that made it kind of stepped up and put in a lot of logic style gates, which you can use them for logic gates in place of the Red Powers 2 stuff. But as far as lighting goes, I mean, the guys on Project Red did a decent amount of work on replicating the lighting from Red Power, which is kind of nice because you can do a whole bunch of stuff with it. They've also added a couple of colored buttons, which are kind of cool. Whenever you press them, they light up whatever color you made them. So it is kind of cool. They added, what was it? I think one or two more different lighting options. The buttons were one of them, and I think there's a lantern or something like that that they added too. So that those are going to be fun to play around with. I am thinking of making a library at some point. For I think I'm going to house my Mistcraft stuff in there. I'm going to house my Thaumcraft research, Ars Magica stuff. Um, I don't think I want to do all of my Thaumcraft things in there because there's a lot of cool multi-block structures in Thaumcraft. So I may just make a wizardry place dedicated to Thaumcraft. You know what? Why not a Thaumcraft slash what you call it? A Thaumcraft Thaumcraft slash Ars Magica. Both of them have a lot of multi-block structures, which I don't think too many of the mods that I have installed actually have a large amount of multi-block structures. What Tinker's Construct has the smeltery. Um, I believe Mechanism has storage tanks that are multi-block, and that's about it. Not too sure. I'm gonna have to do a lot more research on that one because that is one of the mods I'm planning to using more than anything else. I know as far as multi-block and thermal expansion, I don't think there is any at all. Yeah, I think Ars Magica, and I think I'll have a library for my research for Thaumcraft and housing any other kind of like enchantments and stuff like that. That'll be kind of cool. But I also want uh, a mage station. I don't know exactly what to call it. Something for a magical room. A magical, let's see, a witching tower or something like that. I don't think, I think I might shy away from that whole tower idea, but definitely something to do with magic because a lot of the arts, there are three that I can think of offhand, four multi-block structures which are pretty large. There's something like 5 by 5 multi-block structures with Ars Magica 2, and there's at least three, four, I believe four that I can think of, and they are pretty cool. So I'd have to have those housed not inside of a library, but somewhere else. So I will think about where to put those and what kind of buildings I should be putting them in. And I am also thinking about making myself a factory of sorts for like or metal and ore processing. I don't know. I know I definitely need a larger storage area. That's for damn sure. But as far as the pulverizing goes, because I know I want to be I want to pulverize copper and ferrous ore. Everything else I could run through, I believe it's Mechanism's crusher and its ore system for a whole bunch of different stuff. So I would have most of my any build craft stuff that I need in there, any kind of galactic craft stuff. Oh, that's another building. Let's make a space station. That'd be awesome. Well, a space launch pad. Yeah, and like call it Cape Canaveral. So we'll have all kind of technical shizzle whizzle in there. And then I will have my factory for pulverization, smelting of ores, and all of that other good stuff. And let's see, a library, a mage's tower, factory, and a space station. Curious, well, I probably also need a bigger area for farming because I don't think I have too many farms set up. I know I don't have enough space for farms set up right now, so I'm gonna have to start thinking about where I'm gonna expand and how much in what direction I want to expand and everything else because this building was it's not that big of a building, but it did take up a massive amount of space. It's kind of like the opposite of a TARDIS. It's bigger on the outside. Yeah, I know. Um, but I don't know. I kind of want a large project. I wouldn't mind going down in that ravine down the way from here and maybe putting in a building. Oh, there we go, a power generation plant or something like that. Yeah, that would be awesome. We'll have a power generating plant. We'll have a whole bunch of stuff. I think. Uh, I just don't know when I'm gonna start on what and everything else because It's really easy to plan big, but it's really hard to build big because it takes forever. Even doing this building, I've had this video going at, I believe it's 4 times normal speed, and it's still a 20-minute build for this small building. So I don't know. Just finished with the roof here. Just finishing up with these upper layers. Get this upper portion all finished off. And no, I did not stop this because I got tired of messing with multi-blocks. I actually stopped this because I am going to build a second floor up here. Figure if I don't want too much underground stuff, like what I'm doing here is covering up this area, but I want to try and keep mostly my pipes underground. Like the smeltery, it is going to be doing pretty much nothing. Having that with a pool right there, like having a look at it, having it look like a pool of lava or whatnot right there. It actually a little, I don't know, I wanted to say decorative, but it is kind of cool. All the functional parts, the stuff that do most of the work, and the stuff that's going to be hooked up to pipes are going to be underneath, and all you're going to be able to see is this top and the stuff going in. So there's a reason I sunk it in. Um, I don't really want a whole bunch of machines underground. Now, this is going to have to be temporary because I'm going to have to come up with some type of storage, which I am going to be using an ME system at some point. It's just not right now. I'm going through resources like crazy just getting this thing built. And not only that, building my first couple of machines. Oh, I don't know. I think I'm going to go a little out. So up here, I figure a little bit of an angle because all I'm going to really be using this for right now is for a bedroom. Ooh, zombie. Zombies must die. And this guy's got steel armor, so it took me a while to kill him, especially with an iron sword. And I didn't notice this at the time, but if you've kept track of what's in my inventory, I did have a ruby sword in there at one point. Not anymore, but I did have a ruby sword in there at one point. I figured this would be a decent topper, throwing some glass up on top of it as a roof. And like I said, seeing as I'm only going to be housing my bed up here for the most part, it doesn't need to be that big of a room. Um, I'm not going to store any items here or anything like that. Maybe some bookcases or something. There we go, something decorative up here. But as far as decoration goes, I think I'm going to spend more time on my library. Then maybe make me a mansion later or something. But not looking that bad, at least from my taste. I'm not gonna say it's awesomely terrific because everybody likes their own deals. Kind of like the idea of having the support pillars underneath here. Looks kind of cool. And I have actually started to notice that the smeltery bricks almost look identical to the basalt bricks. I think there's little minor difference. For the most part, they look really similar. I'm gonna finish this stuff up with some of the micro blocks I was talking about. Now, see, I didn't really think about just using half slabs for this. I decided not to do half blocks. I was being cheap because I actually, not only did I have to go and get more basalt, I had to go and get more marble to finish up my floor. So I probably should have got more, and I didn't. But I did get enough to finish this up, so I was being a little cheaper than what I should have been. Um, and as you can see now, we are finished with this build. This is the finished product here. I kind of like the four post deal inside here with the ladder going up. Outside, as you can look, the roof looks kind of triangular. I was going for a circular shape, but I don't mind it that much. It doesn't look all that bad. So in the end, I am kind of satisfied with my build. I think I should have did something a little more different with the upper floor, but all in all, not bad. Right, and I will see you guys later. Peace out.